Testing, testing. Okay, perfect. Hi, my name is Dr. Coolwhip. I'm here to do a really quick guide on no-scoping. So no-scoping with a sniper is a fairly inconsistent business. I've found that in practice there's a lot of variables that go into no-scoping. One of them being handling speed, another being rate of fire, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to be looking at a variety of weapons that are used pretty frequently as far as sniper rifles are concerned in the Crucible. Darcy, Alone as a God, the Ikelos, and the Frigid Jackal. So all of these are fairly different. You're going to see in the background me browsing through the different sniper rifles that we're going to be using, but I'm going to talk first about what the method is to improving your no-scope accuracy in the Crucible. So what the main idea is, instead of just hip firing your sniper rifle in the general direction of your opponent, what you're going to do is aim down sight very quickly in conjunction with shooting your gun. This takes a lot of practice to get used to, and like I said, there are some changes or there are some inconsistencies and some other variables that you have to consider. So how you have your gun set up is going to affect the time between when you ADS and when you pull the trigger. But the time between ADSing and pulling the trigger is very short. You shouldn't go into a full animation of going down the sight when you ADS. It should just be a really quick rapid trigger pull and then a really quick rapid trigger pull of the trigger so that you can gain benefit from the ADS accuracy while still maintaining the field of view. Now with a sniper rifle like Alone as a God, it's a little different because it has snapshot. Any sniper that has snapshot is going to be really responsive and really reactive and really quick to respond to your ADS. So that's another touchy sniper rifle to get kind of used to, is doing this. I think when you have snapshot, there's no downside to just being good at lining up a sight from the hip and then quick scoping. This is like 1 degree faster than a quick scope. So if it goes no scope, this method, then quick scoping, then hard scoping. Quick scoping is lining up the shot, zooming in, and then staying zoomed to pick off your target. No scoping would just be straight up hip fire, shooting at the target from the hip with lining it up based on no zoom whatsoever. And then hard scoping would be aiming at the target and then shooting it while you're ADS the entire time. So this method kind of goes in between no scoping and quick scoping. So the first video that we'll play is a straight hip fire demonstration. I'm going to go through a couple of the different sniper rifles. You'll notice that there are some deviations, and that happens to do with resetting the shot and also resetting the gun when it restabilizes within its rate of fire. But the first clip will be straight hip fire. The second clip with the gun will be the different method. So I am using the Darcy right here. You can see that there's a little bit of an ADS animation when I pull the trigger. There are some inconsistencies again, and that's going to have to do with getting used to the gun, the handling speed, and when and where is a good time to pull the aim trigger, and when is a good time to pull the actual trigger. So each gun is a little different. Some respond to this method a little bit better than others. And some don't respond very well to this method. So this is the Frigid Jackal. This is just hip fire. As you saw earlier in the video, you saw how I have my weapons set up. So you should know that this is the behavior of these weapons when they're being fired from the hip. I'm trying to hit the same spot. Also, another note, I took my sensitivity way down. I usually play on 10 sensitivity, and then I have some other custom configurations through my Elite controller. The Ikelos, the file corrupted for this one, so I didn't get the hip fire, so this is just my method with the Ikelos. But back on sensitivity, I took my sensitivity way down, so I could take the look sensitivity out of the equation. Now the bullet deviations tend to happen when you're trying to do this too rapidly, and the weapon hasn't restabilized through its rate of fire. But you can see that, for the most part, it's fairly consistent when you do the ADS and then shoot method. So this is a pretty interesting method if you're trying to style on somebody, or if you're in a pinch and you have your sniper rifle and you're being pushed. It's a good way to react to it. This is Alone as a God. I use this gun a lot. This is from the hip, just straight hip, no ADSing. You'll find that with this gun though, it I have it maxed out on handling, and it has snapshot. So this thing goes in and out of the sights really fast. And again, I think with this weapon, or a weapon with snapshot sights, it's almost more beneficial just to quick scope than it is to no scope. It has pretty good, or pretty severe bullet deviation, but with quick scoping, it's not much slower than anything else. So I think quick scoping with this gun is probably better, because the animation for aiming down the sight really quickly and how quickly it responds to it is another thing. This is just practicing some trick shots. This is an interesting thing to do if you ever have some free time and want to practice this method. Load up a game of Mayhem, go in, blink around, jump, dodge, do that kind of stuff. I do it sometimes, and that's just to practice my shot. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, and yeah, have a good day.